Edward, I got a question I'll throw at you to keep the conversation rolling here.
Yeah.
If someone comes to you and they're asking to say, hey, I think I want to set up a node, but I'm not sure, right? What are the benefits that you would illustrate to this person from running their own node? What privacy additional features are they getting from running their own node?
Well, to start on privacy, which you just mentioned, it's important to understand, I guess, how Bitcoin works. So when you are interacting with Bitcoin, you're interacting with a complete ledger of every wallet's balance, and that is stored in the blockchain that is on every node. And the node that you broadcast your transaction to tell the network to update its ledger is the node that now knows that this is the balance of that wallet because it has to hear that broadcast transaction. So by running your own node, you are effectively telling yourself to propagate this to the network instead of a third party. So when you load up a phone wallet, for instance, most of the time you're default connected to someone else's node, which means every time you check the balance of your wallet, anytime that you send a transaction, this is being relayed to their node's hardware. And if they have analytics running and they can monitor this, they can see maybe some access to how much Bitcoin you're sending, how much Bitcoin you're checking in that XPub when you're checking balances. So there's a huge privacy benefit from running your own node and having that. I'd say that is probably the single most important thing as far as Bitcoin goes. Also, just from a maybe more of like a system uptime, you're able to rely on your own system being up rather than someone else's. If you're relying on some other third party's node to be up for you to broadcast a transaction and it isn't, and they don't have alternatives for you to connect to, then you might not be able to broadcast a transaction. Whereas opposed to you having your own node up and running allows that not to be a problem because as long as there's some node up somewhere, you can broadcast a transaction, but you might not have access to connecting to it. So having your own is essentially like your little router into the internet parallel of what Bitcoin is to the Bitcoin network.
Awesome. Thank you, Edward. And yeah, just to add, you get that degree. You're also then not linking your internet information to somebody else's node. You can see your transactions. You got that additional kind of obfuscation there as well too. And you know that everything has been verified by yourself, that you know that the information you're using is correct and accurate.